Okay, here it is Friday morning at Garden Key, Port Jefferson, and we're getting ready to head on out that channel right there. And here's a look at the anchorage, and it looks like we had a few more boats come in overnight. I think I counted like 24 boats. Here's the anchorage, Garden Key. You see all these lovely little boats just hanging around. We're waiting for sunrise to come. It's about 7:45 if I didn't mention that. And the birds are just going crazy out here. They're all flying around. The brown noddies, sooty terns. They're just going nuts. And here comes the sunrise. And it's looking pretty. Still just as windy as it was, though. 10 to 15 east to southeast winds. But we're going to head on out and see how far we can get. Marquesas, Boca Grande. Might have to use the motor quite a bit today because the winds are coming from the east to southeast, and that's the direction we need to go. Alright, here we are heading out to Marquesas, probably, out away from Garden Key and Port Jefferson, way off there in the distance. We're heading east-southeast, I guess. And the winds are 10 to 15, 3 to 4 foot waves, and
about 3.5, 3.6 knots.
About 3.5, 3.6 knots. Moving along under sail on a beam reach, and there's the sail. So we'll see how far this gets us. And way off there in the distance back there is Hospital Key, past red marker number 4. And so here we are heading out away from our safe little anchorage, which was quite windy, I might add. And we're off and running. Catch you later. Okay, here we are. Still coming back from Dry Tortugas, heading for the Marquesas. We had to give it up and take the sails down, turn on the engine, and haul butt because we're running out of time. It's now almost 3 o'clock, and we left this morning at 8 a.m. And we sailed around for several hours, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So here we are, crashing through the waves, dead into the wind, heading for the Marquesas. So if you get any speckles on this or it's blurry, it's because the waves are crashing at us. Okay, I don't remember what time it was last time we spoke, but I think it was about 4 o'clock. We decided to drain the ballast and lift up to pull up the centerboard and the rudders and haul butt at 7.5 knots? 8.0 knots, so that we can finally reach the Marquesas! The Marquesas that we've been looking for all day long. Anyway, we fooled around too long back at Dry Tortugas. So we're just coming up on the Marquesas now, and it is 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay, it's 6:25 now on Friday, and we are finally here. We just dropped anchor at the Marquesas Keys after leaving Fort Jefferson and the Dry Tortugas this morning at 8 o'clock. We expected to be here much earlier, but the wind was fighting us all the way. So we finally decided to pull up the centerboard, empty the ballast, the water ballast, and pull up the rudders and haul butt. And we're running about 8 knots at the last couple of hours. So we finally made it here, and like I said, it's 6:25 at the Marquesas.
Sundown's up for an hour, so we beat sundown.
Yeah, we beat sundown by about an hour, so hooray for us.
Well, as you can see, we have some unusual sails here on our rail. Over here to the board side, and we have a big one here to starboard, right here in front of you. Jeff failed to dog down the forward hatch well enough yesterday after our beating to windward for 10 hours. And we had a slight leak through the hatch that wet some of our sheets. So the V-berth was pretty damp last night, especially on the port side there. So Jeff slept on the settee, and Bonnie managed on the starboard side of the V-berth. And the sun has finally come out today. It started out rainy just at sunrise, and it rained for several hours this morning, which gave the boat a nice little wash. And now we're drying sheets that we had hung inside now that the sun's out and the clouds have gone away. Here's Bon Bon sitting with the Marquesas Islands behind her, where we opted, because of the rain and the dampness and everything, just to take a day's break. We didn't want to sail in the rain this morning, so we just decided to stay put and have a lazy day. Maybe after lunch this afternoon we'll go for a little exploring on the island. Okay folks, we are still in the Marquesas Islands here. We have come inside the ring of islands here, and we are in Mooney Harbour. Right here in front of us is some mangroves. I don't know what you can see. It's full of pelicans. There's 20 or 30 pelicans up there, up in the trees. And a couple back here is some cormorants right there, 15 or 20 cormorants. On the bay outside of this ring over here on the west side, there's maybe 60 or 70 brown pelicans out here. As you can see here, if you can see it, the flat out here is very, very shallow. I'm about 10 feet from the edge of the flat. Just to show you how shallow it is, way out in the middle out there, I'm going to zoom way in, is a little white speck, and that is a great white heron that is standing in, obviously a foot of water out there. There's just a few little deep spots in the harbor here. We tried to come in last week when we came through over here, but it was dead low tide and we couldn't find a way through. And there's only a few little places you can come through. There's no markers, and you got to kind of know where you're going to begin with. As we go down the channel here, I'm going to zoom on this beach. As you can see on this beach over here is a boat. That is a chug that the Cubans build to leave Cuba. There's like in the center of it, there's like a car engine in it. They put a shaft outside. This one's built mostly of fiberglass. On the sides they built some tanks, some supporting tanks on the outside out of looks like an aluminum tube from maybe a street light or something that they crushed the ends and tar papered over. The rudder's made of a piece of sheet metal and like galvanized pipe welded together. There's no cover on the engine and just some wood benches in there. They put 10 or 15 people on there and try to get to the United States. Okay, we're coming out of the little inlet here where we were in. Over here are some mangroves and things. There's the Bonnie Blue right over there. Scaling back. Coming up on a man-o-war. Drifting in the water. I'm going to go right by him so we can have a look at him. If I don't get up on the shallows. There's the man-o-war right there. So that's your tour of Mooney Harbour.